Hi, I'm Barney Wright, editor of Total Sea Fishing, and I'm here today in South Wales near Bridgend, in a place called, what's it called again?
Ogmore-by-Sea.
Ogmore-by-Sea. I've been here before for a couple of sessions, and it's an absolutely wonderful place to be, and I'm here today with some very good friends, in particular Steve Gregory, who's frequented this beach a few times and he knows what we're doing. So, Steve, what are we here today for? What are we going to catch?
Well, basically we're here to target rays with a good chance of conger and a very good chance of bass about an hour up the tide. So,
yeah.
And also turbot come out here, so there is a variety of fish, and everything looks good today to hit them like.
So, I mean, it looks a little bit flat for any bass, but I mean, I suppose anything can happen. We're near an estuary mouth, aren't we?
Yes, we are, but as I said, an hour up the tide, the swells start to appear, and with the swells you get the waves. With the waves it brings the bass in, so there is a good chance of bass today.
By an hour up the tide, do you mean an hour before or an hour after?
An hour after.
An hour after low water, so
yeah.
We're talking 1 hour into the flood tide. That's
yeah.
fantastic. Okay, so we're targeting bass, turbot, rays, possibly conger, so we're going to need a variety of baits.
Yes.
What have you brought along then, Steve?
By here we got peeler crab, which are Devon peelers. We fish with Devon peelers because they're a big crab, and I can get at least 2 baits out of that. You know, so also
they look absolutely wonderful.
Oh yeah, they're prime peelers.
Those peeling quite heavily. He's lost a lot of his shell. He's still trying to take a little nip out my finger. We'll get our own back soon. So what else? We've got a bit of mackerel here. What do you think we'll be doing with the mackerel then?
Well, mackerel, I mean, I know I've caught bass, turbot, rays, conger on mackerel. It is a good all-round bait. And if I got that in my box, I'm confident. Okay,
I see you've got some frozen sandhill from Ammo. Another very good ray bait, I know, but what do you say about it, Steve?
Oh, it's a consistent bait for rays. Also, it's a good bait for bass.
Yep.
But that's another bait that I always bring with me, and if I'm targeting specific fish, and today we'll have to bass and conger. Fantastic,
and I see there's one more bait here. Let's pop this back in the bag, and that's the good old and humble squid. And still very frozen, still break a bit off there, we've got one ready. So what do you think this is going to target?
Again, similar to the mackerel, I've caught rays on it, I've caught bass on it, conger. Most species will take squid.
Yeah.
And I tend to fish them whole, so you can leave the bait out in the water for a longer time, and the scent is awesome on them.
That's fantastic. I mean, squid's very popular. Do you like to peel the skin off?
Yes, I always peel the skin
off?
Yeah.
You can see that it comes off quite nicely.
I know some anglers don't, but I prefer to do it, and I got no confidence if I don't do it.
Do you like to bind this into it?
No, I just peel the squid, which I'll show you after when I'm preparing a bait.
Okay, so, that's very good. So what you're hopefully going to do for us then is show how to bait up each and every one of these on your rig. So
not a problem.
That sounds fantastic. Well, I've just about defrosted this one for you.
Yeah.
So I think he's ready to go.
He's ready to go.
Right, I'm going to show you Steve's rig. Which is basically a pulley pennel rig, which is a good rough ground rig, but since we're not fishing over rough ground, he doesn't need to use it, but the reality is, it still is a very good rig. And what I'm going to do is run through the components. We start off here with a 6 1/4 ounce grip lead. Then on here, we have a clip down link. And then tied to this clip down link is approximately about 3 foot of 80-pound trace line or shock leader. To this trace line is attached a swivel, 100-pound swivel, and beyond that is 60-pound snud line, which goes all the way through to the pennel hooks, which are 3 O's. Now the way this works is on the trace body, the 80-pound line, we have this little affair. It's a 100-pound swivel and 2 beads. Now that clips to your shock leader, like so. That'll clip to the shock leader. And then, I know there's a big gap here, I hope you can all see this. The hooks, when baited up, will clip into the link. And that is how the rig is cast out. Very safe, very strong, and very reliable too. Very good positive rig, catches a lot of fish. As the lead hits the water and hits the seabed, it releases the hooks and it fishes like a normal paternoster, single snood paternoster. Now the advantage of this rig if you're fishing rough ground is that should you hook a really good fish, you haven't got your lead dangling around in the tide or anywhere near snags, because as the fish takes off and you're pulling, hence the pulley rig, the lead is pulled up, boom, in line. So you're playing directly to the fish, like so. The fish will be here, and they go all the way back to the lead here. So the lead is completely free of any snags. You've got much more likelihood of getting it back in, and less lost fish. So, okay, Steve.